only just a little bit of a kill. Boggz pulling off just a miracle micro there, and Sutee being forced to fall back as well as his teammates. But wow, a little bit of excitement for you folks. Well, back into the mundane. Boggz is now pumping out a number of Lavals out of, well, hopefully 2 star yards. Sutee has managed to expand, going and finishing off his dilithium moon here. Getting a number of Intrepids, got a starting to slowly amass his fleet. Ends up losing one of his warpins as it was a bit slow, but proximity torpedo coming online, and here are the monsoons. These monsoons are making their presence known, and Sutee is about to end up having, in about 15 seconds, another warpin set of ships. In the meantime, I don't know how well these Seuses are stacking up for Arash. They are... He is getting them in mass. Let's see if he's got their research, and he does have their last-ditch assault. This is going to bump up their offense by just a tad, by 8, which can really do, well, can turn the tide if it can make up for, against these small ships, if it can make up for it against, say, a 60% hit rate. But nonetheless, I believe the Lavals, these guys are medium-class ships, and that would give them a 80% torpedo hit chance, at least. And here comes a warpin over here in the main. Odd placement for this warpin, but because it is taking just a ton of fire, oddly enough, those pulses occasionally missing. Well, not too oddly. Boggz not doing a little bit of micro, kind of well, actually he is doing the right micro. He is tagging on this steam runner while trying to kill this before that. Wow, what a pull by... That is just painful loss there. Those warpins really powerful, and getting the kill off of that Starrier. I don't know if this is necessarily a good trade-off. Sutee is going to end up losing his entire warpin, but kind of a good trade, I would say. A little bit of experience on these Lavals, possibly a little rank on somebody. Not really. So in the meantime, the Seuses are making their way, gonna look to pressure one of these guys, probably this expansion, because it's sitting there on nothing. There's no constructor following back, so unless he is trying to take the mid, but looks like he's not. So Boggz slowly gathering a fleet of Lavals. And here is the Tall Shiar. The Tall Shiar is going to start giving some generics out here shortly, I would suspect. But this is going to set Boggz back, needing to do another mining colony. Just a good hit all around. Boggz cloak getting detected. Sutee using the new cloak detect of the Federation, which is the Ventura class. It has a progressive scan, and that's just that's how the Federation roll here. So in the meantime, and it looks like Durcom tried to make a little bit of run, but has been countered by the combined Federation fleet, and the Federations are doing... Oh, Boggz is going to get way outgunned here. Don't know what he's planning on doing. He's getting so out of position. Here we see Arash moving with yeah, just totally getting out of position, and going to end up losing only one of those. Managing to just slip out of there based on the fact that these ships are just fast. So in the meantime, the right-hand team is going to move up. They do have a lot of forces here in the process. that is going to allow this right-hand team to move in on these expansions, which is what I'm expecting them to do. Move in actually onto not Durcoms, but Boggz up here. Boggz with the generics is coming out. Only, again, one base, though. This move to tech is going to end up hurting, as Boggz is not going to be able to put out the number of ships that he needs. Looking to get a defense battery up, but this is not going to come in time. He needs to go ahead and cancel this economically. It's just not going to work in his favor. There goes the cancel. And here comes the attack on the ship. So these Rains, looking at long range, I believe, are going to be able to try to snipe things from behind and get a couple of kills. It's just a couple of kills would be good. Not able to capitalize. A little bit of repair needing to go up. Oh, and Boggz is just going to be outgunned here. Going to lose his expansion. Going to lose his fleet. And here comes his teammate coming up with a little bit of cavorts and Suses and Boggz and just a little bit of everything. Getting a couple kills off. Boggz taking hits, losing ships. This one generics class is just way out of its league at the moment because it doesn't have its upgrade going. Ship parts flying all over the place, and the right-hand team looks to be taking a win here. But the orange is making itself felt a little bit, taking out some of Arash's ships. These cavorts, I guess, countering these guys fairly decently. In the meantime, just lots and lots of destruction for the left-hand team. Left-hand team trying to get away a little bit, trying to do a little bit of repair here. These Monsoons and Intrepids hunting down the retreating Klingons. And Boggz trying to get a repair in there, just barely. But just, again, trying to pull off that amazing micro and the extending repair line bug showing his face, and Boggz just barely getting off with a ship. So Boggz' expansion in trouble here. He's trying to do just as much damage as he can, force these guys away, just not able to do as much damage as he needs to kind of actually destroy any of these ships. A little bit of repair thing needing to happen here, and a second level research would be very helpful to these guys. But he's trying to move over into Spectres, and he's having to do all of the repair on, all the research to instead of producing ships. And so here comes Durcom, ends up losing one of his Cubedge classes. That is not going to work out very well on this left-hand team. He needs to go repair this guy, back him off a little bit. It needs to get this guy out of here before he ends up losing it. Thankfully, I guess, this one Nebula class is going to turn around and just take a pot shot at a completely failing ship, and somehow Durcom bringing in the ships, pulling up with a fleet of Boggz, and providing a decent reason for the opposing team to back off. And in the meantime, looking somewhere in there to get a decent... is that a... Yeah, this guy, this Cubedge is actually officer rank, has moved into plates. So this guy is going to be able to take a lot more hits. In the meantime, the Federations are running the left-hand team, sensing that they have a little bit of an advantage here, are going to try, considering that they've taken a couple ships out. In the meantime, wow, XL2's out on the board. A number of Monsoons. This is actually going to be a very painful little exchange here. The Klingons could decloak, Arash could decloak, and They are. So the constructor gonna go down. Boggz gonna end up having to get out of here.